Waterwalker.
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 This is, for us, one of the slower songs that we've done.
This is definitely a different type of song for us on this album.
It's a fun song to play.
4th track on the album. I cannot talk about this song without crying.
I would describe it as sounds very vast, expressive, no fast parts at all, which is kind of nice.
I always kind of quip that it gets kind of close to butt rock, which is the, 98.3, nothing but rock kind of song. It doesn't have any fast parts. It's just like a big chorus, softer verses, and kind of playing with the different kind of like noise levels and feels. There's a contrast between the verses and the chorus.
And in the very beginning of learning the song, it was difficult because the song is all about timing and trying to come up with an idea of how to play this song. I had to be coached by Andrew to how he wanted the song to be played. And as the drummer, I want to be the creative one to come up with that idea. However, it was really important to listen to him this time around because I really had no clue exactly what to play. His idea of what he came up with was great. It works.
I did really want to have, when we were putting the record together, we did talk about having a song that had like E drums or a trap beat or something like that in it. And I think originally we had a few other places, but we don't want to go hog wild with it. So we just kept it to Waterwalker, and we're happy with it. We think it sounds cool and kind of gives it like a different dynamic.
It's a super emotional song. It's just filled with crying out to your maker. It's when I see it, it's probably one of our most like visual songs. Like I feel like when I hear this song and I hear the lyrics that Andrew wrote, I haven't told him this before, but like it's like I feel like the lyrics lead me to see like stormy ocean and Peter like getting out of the boat, and like it's just so vivid to me.
I have great memories playing this song on tour. That's when I hear it, I'm immediately brought back to that time.
Recently, we played this song at Goldfields, and I think that was the first time I think I played it live where actually it was like, man, this song is like really good. Now, we've played it we played it on the road during the Expel tour in November, but that last show that we did in December, it was the first time I realized that this song was really great, and I could tell that people were captivated by it. And it's really cool to hear, now the album's been out for, I don't know, good 2 months, and to really hear that people are really touched by this song. It's great to know that, I had a little bit of, just a little ounce of creativity adding to something, to this whole picture or this whole portion of the song, the creativity, and to hear that the song is impacting people's lives.
This is probably the record that we've done the most like clean guitar on. A couple of our songs kind of play around with clean guitars with different effects on them to give us a little bit more of a varied, interesting sound on guitar.
In order to play this song well, I have to really make sure I'm locked in with Christian on drums. I come in like kind of late, not late in the song, but I'm like never sure how it's going to sound, but it always sounds like when everybody comes together, it sounds really good.
This song is super fun to play for me. I get to play this little lick in the beginning that's just like, moody and clean guitar. I get to add some cool effects to it. And, I get a bounce between that kind of quiet, calm, clean guitar to this like booming, loud thing. Andrew calls it butt rock. It pretty much is. I mean, it's as if this is like the most Breaking Benjamin that we get. It's the most Nickelback that we get, where it's just, these quiet verses leading up to just a sucker punch of a chorus that's just big, loud, and anthematic, and that's why we love it.
This was one of the songs that I had the chorus already written, but I didn't quite have it where I wanted to have it until we were in the studio recording it. So I could be wrong, but I think the first time the fellas heard the chorus was me singing it in the studio. So just to let you in on the procrastination of Light the Way.
One of the things about this song is that, recording wise, like there's like a vocal harmony that I laid on top of like the entire chorus and during the pre-choruses and stuff. But I also did a bunch of leads on the chorus that I kind of prefer not to do both of those at the same time if I can. So when we play it live, I do the vocal harmonies in kind of like the crucial places. The places that I find less crucial, I allow myself to just step away from the mic and play those leads and like do some stupid spin moves on the stage that like I'm still trying to lock those in so it looks cool and not like I'm pirouetting.
I think lyrically, it's for me, it's just sort of like a prayer crying out to God. You know, obviously there's the parallels to Jesus walking on water and Peter jumping overboard and walking to him, and then noticing the waves around him, and he took his focus off the Lord and started to sink, and then Jesus pulled him back up, which, you know, is kind of how the Christian life feels a lot of the time, you know, having spiritual highs and spiritual lows as well. And, you know, just basically crying out to the Lord. That's kind of the theme of the song, just to maintain my faith in him when things don't go so well, and to not, you know, become bitter or jaded or any of those things, but just to press in to the Lord when things get tough. And just to remember that, you know, nothing happens to us that doesn't go across his desk first. You know, he's got us in his hands, and there's things that we experience in life that are difficult and we don't understand in the moment. But, you know, we don't see the full picture yet, but one day we will. So yeah, and I think the other part lyrically too is just remembering who God is. I think sometimes I take my focus off of that and I forget that the creator of the universe, you know, is in my corner, which is something I think we need reminding of on a daily basis.
But anyway, it's a special song. It makes me emotional. Whenever I hear it, it just warms my heart. It's a special song.